Hey YouTube, this is Tonstad39, and I'm going to show you how to hook up an Atari 2600 and play it. I'm going to hook up this Atari to this here TV. It doesn't have to be a CRT TV, it could be a giant flat screen for all I care. Alright, now first things first, we need to hook up our power cord. All Atari power cords look like this. It's any old 9-volt 2-stage power cord. Now we plug this into that silver port you see there. There we go. And now we follow this to our power brick. Now we plug in our power brick into the wall here. Now we take that out, and now we put this in, and there we go. Now the power is going through it. But now for the proprietary cord. This is where things really get retro. And so we follow this cord over here. I don't think you see too many of these cords in the modern world. So, because you didn't grow up in the time, I'm going to show you how you get this into that. Well, first, this is the RF switch box right here. You can set it from TV to game. Now you put it in through here. And then this plugs into the back of the TV. Now I'm just going to turn this TV around. Alright, there we go. You can see a coax cord right there. Alright, now we take... Now we take this coax cord, and now when we put it... Anyway, we put it... right. There we are. Now we have our RF switch box. Happily back there, we have our RF switch box hooked up to the Atari 2600. We have it hooked to the TV. We have the Atari plugged in. Now only one thing remains before we turn it on. Or at least a couple things. Now we need to put in our classic. But for this video, you can play all kinds of games. But for this video, we are going to use the Atari 2600 hit Pitfall. And so, which requires the use of, you possibly have seen a couple of these before, a controller that looks just like this. That is your Atari 2600 joystick, and basically what we do is we plug it in the back. Really good. My hand's being. Now we hook this to that. Gotta hold the system back. Oh, always put it Atari. When you see an old Atari logo, put that side up. In proportion to the controller. Make sure it's plugged in completely. There we go. Plugged in solid. Now we turn this, now we turn it around. Oh. Now we have that checked out. Now that checks out, and now we put our Atari in its new home. But now, how are we supposed to get the game in? See here, you have to put the game in kind of funky. You have to put the game in backwards with the label facing away from you, like so. There we go. Now we're almost ready for play. And now we need to put the Atari back in its home. Turn on the TV. You can see it's on auxiliary here. Now we just switch it. And we turn our system on. And there we go. But I want to play in color. Awesome. There we are. That's as clear as I can get. And there it is, Pitfall. And that is how you hook up an Atari 2600.